The first time where I actually kind of bent it, the law of time, to my will and made it go by faster was around November of 2023. Around this time, I was a self improvement newbie. I was waking up at 5 a.m. I was exercising, I was meditating, I was cold showering, I was doing all of these healthy, good habits that everyone should be doing at the start of their self evolution journey. But I never had a clear purpose of why I was doing them. Yeah, sure, I was doing them to get a better life, of course, to get a better health, to get a better physique, a better mental health, to get some kind of a value that I could provide in the future when it comes to the wealth category, and also something to just talk about when it comes to the relationships category as well. And so I never really had something to work on until that point. Until that point of November of 2023, I was just scrolling on YouTube most of the time, which was like 2 hours every single day, which was a huge step up from the 10 hours every single day that I used to spend during the weekends sometimes. Of course, I didn't play any video games, but I was still fapping. So I needed some kind of a distraction from all of this. I already knew that when you start watching a YouTube video, it takes usually like 5 minutes, and the entire like 30-minute video is already done. That is such a powerful feeling. And I thought to myself, if I could somehow transfer that feeling of fulfillment, of a mindfulness, into something productive, dude, I would be an unstoppable fucking machine. And so eventually I found something for myself. I started making these like Word documents. I would call them like masculinity guide, like mindfulness guide, mental health guide, you understand. And in a way, they used to be like my notes when it comes to my self evolution journey. Like whenever I would learn something new, I would just write it down over there so that I could come back to it later and probably even fix it or rephrase it a little bit or just keep it in there because I was eventually gonna sell those for money. But and of course, I didn't really think that part through because I had no traffic and yeah, it eventually collapsed. But I still remember to this day waking up at around 5 a.m. and then waiting for my mom to get out of the room so that I could finally start typing. And then whenever I could, I would just sit there for like 90 minutes straight, just taking notes from self evolution videos and rephrasing them and engraving them into my subconscious mind like the laws of the universe. Because the only person that makes up the laws of your reality is you. You're the person who makes up the truths and all of the beliefs that you have. So if you can just tap into your subconscious mind and just rephrase all of those beliefs that you have from those negative times where you used to play video games, where you used to scroll on social media a lot, where you used to fap every single day without deserving it, then of course you're still gonna remain in that position. But if you adapt those values that you see those big YouTubers do, then of course you're gonna become like them eventually. And bro, every time those 90 minutes, they felt like 10 minutes, to be honest. I remember just sitting there, typing my ass off, watching the YouTube videos, and being in such a strong flow state because teaching is my purpose in life. And it brings me to such a state of flow that 5 minutes is the equivalent to working like 3 hours for a regular person. It is just that insane of a superpower. And after a while, after like a year and a half of doing this overpowered fucking strategy of working my ass off but fulfilled, was actually liking what I like to do, meaning that I also apply this principle to reading, to watching courses, to watching long form educational videos in general, like podcasts, or just learning in general, and taking notes, for example, and rephrasing them in my own words so that I could understand them better authentically. I've come to realize, and this got confirmed to me recently, that time is just an illusion in our third dimensional realm. Let me explain what I'm trying to say. You see, you are a three dimensional being. You can move forward, you can move backwards, you can move to your right, you can move to your left. So those are two dimensions two planes where you can already walk, and you can also move up and down, meaning that you have three dimensions where you can consciously move. Like, of course, you can literally grab your hand and move it to any direction that you wish to. But of course, scientists believe that there are 11 dimensions out there. We don't know what exactly those uh, 8 other dimensions are, but we know for certain that one of those is time. We can observe time, but we cannot control it. We cannot move back in time, of course, and we cannot move forward in time. But what we can do is that we can influence this time to go by faster. Let me tell you something interesting. Time was created by us humans. It is a measurement of how much energy decays over time. That is my definition of time, because, of course, no energy in this universe is stable. It just gets converted into something else, right? Of course, if you don't drink water, you're gonna die, and your body is gonna slowly but surely fall apart. That's just nature, right? And of course, uh, we have other examples, like, for example, how fast you can run an entire field that is like 1 kilometers long. We invented the measurement of time for those sakes, but the universe hasn't stated itself that the measurements are actually correct. We just made it up. So time is basically just an illusion that we created. And so, think about it. Until you don't have this realization and you don't align yourself with the higher intelligence, with God, that is a multi-dimensional being that is higher than us, then you will never escape your unsuccessful reality. You will continue to think like a third dimensional human being. You will continue to think in those primal desires that you have right now. You'll be forever stuck in that undesired reality that you have. But God has a plan for you, meaning that if you align yourself to His values, so if you fast often, if you preach the Word of God, if you meet with like minded Christians or Muslims or Jews, you understand what I'm trying to say. And if you forget about your ego, the thing in your subconscious mind that dictates what is right and what is wrong in your reality, and you let God step in, and you just let things play out your way, and you basically forget about instant pleasure and embrace the delayed gratification that comes from instant pain, then you will be good, my friend. Like, let me tell you this, each and every single time you do something disciplined, like, for example, waking up at 5 a.m., it doesn't feel that good, right? But you feel better afterwards. And you literally think to yourself, bro, I was waking up for 10 minutes. It felt like 2. Because, of course, whenever you're fighting a battle, it goes by so fast because, you're hyper focused, you're fighting it. And that's exactly what embracing instant pain and delayed pleasure actually brings you. And this also applies to me writing those guides for the first time over a year ago. You see, when I was writing them, I didn't feel like doing that whatsoever. Of course, I had the motivations of money, of wanting to actually help someone, of actually wanting to provide some kind of a value to the outside world, of not wanting to be just an instant pleasure rat, and actually wanting to contribute to society a little bit. But I was actually doing it for my fulfillment in the first place, because it was my purpose in life to teach the people around me that were a little bit less advanced in self evolution than I was. And that brought me a lot of fulfillment. Yeah, sure, sometimes I had no idea what I was saying, and I had to adjust, and I had to adjust. I had to adapt to those circumstances. A lot of times I didn't knew what I was even talking about, but yet I still pulled through, even if it meant doing 30 minutes of extra research. I just continued to move forward like a bullet, and God rewarded me with the sweet superpower of letting time go by faster and letting His infinite intelligence energy flow into me and overpower me and empower me for the day that was supposed to come. A lot of people think that God is some kind of a personality that sits up in the sky, but that couldn't be further from the truth. He's actually a frequency that if you tap into him, by being fulfilled, by fasting fast, by just aligning into his values in general. You remember the 10 holy commandments, right? We have those for a reason. You can literally, when you align yourself to them, you can literally make your time go by faster on this planet. And that's exactly what we want, right? Those negative thoughts that Lucifer is trying to place on you will go away. Those negative temptations will go away when you are fulfilled. When you focus on something important that keeps you fulfilled in the right way by putting you through hell in the short term and bring you so much pleasure in the long term that you will never want to go back. That is the way that you can literally overpower time and break this third dimensional illusion, and you can literally join the higher beings. Well, not really. In the fourth dimensional realm, you'll be ascending time and you will have control over it. Meaning that for just a brief period of time, because of course you cannot stay in this flow state forever, you will escape the third dimensional realm, quite literally, and you will get closer to God in that 90-minute long period, or however long you can focus, because you'll be literally fast forwarding time, but in a good way, because you won't be missing out on anything. What? Do you think that spending 90 minutes watching bullshit on social media is as equivalent as literally being fulfilled and, of course, not enjoying it, but afterwards having the feeling of being overpowered through the entire day because you did the flow state task in the morning? Do you think that those two are equivalent? Of course not. One is overpowered and it is trying to destroy you by Lucifer, and the second one is trying to empower you for the rest of the day by God. So which side are you picking? Go read Mastery by Robert Greene. Find your purpose in life. I already have a ton of videos on my clan, so if you're interested, then go ahead. And please, let God and the infinite intelligence empower you, okay? If you want to join a community where we discuss our mental health and full of like-minded men who share the same values as you, the same likes and dislikes, the same goals as you, who are becoming the best version of themselves every single day to surpass you in the race of men, but at the same time, they will be like your true, blood-bonded brothers with whom you can talk about any kind of topic and any kind of life lesson that you wish, and they will give you life advice on it like there's no tomorrow. Then you can join our Discord clan in the description. I know that if you're watching videos like these and willing to take action, that you have way more potential than you think you have. So please harness it and join us on the path towards greatness. I know that you'll find your place in there. But besides that, you can like the video, you can subscribe if you want, join the email list in the description, and get yourself a free book about mindfulness. Comment on which part of the video you liked the most, and which part of the video you will implement in your daily life. Don't forget to join the clan, you're still invited, and become a part of the family. If you want to learn about healthy mindsets that will get into success in the long term and in the short term by mending your mental health and bringing you on the right path, no matter what, no matter the life tests, no matter the goal, then I highly suggest that you should go check out Timeless Reader's Mindsets in the description. It is truly something life-changing, and you would be an absolute fool to miss out, especially with the discount that is happening over there right now. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you